Okay, well, we got our final author of the evening. Good friend of mine. Man once saved me from the wreckage. I'm not going to get in that story because it's a whole nother one altogether. It was a long night. No, but our final author of the evening was conceived in the back of a Camaro. That's right. Not one of these fucking new ones. 68 Camaro. That's right. Some drunken broad let back and let somebody shoot his DNA inside her. You've seen him make fun of Kansas City nightlife in his recently released novel, Out of Touch. My Beyonce's on the cover up. Anyway, just a little plug. He's one of the moderators of Chuck Palahniuk's Writer's Workshop and has a new book on the way called Vanity, featuring the hit short story, Who Ate All the Pussy? I mean, right? Everybody asks that every now and then, you know? Hey, who ate all the pussy, right? That's what I'm saying. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Kansas City's own Brandon Teets. Last night I read it in an art gallery, and I wrote this piece specifically to make fun of these people. And they were like, yeah, cool. And it's all, yeah. Okay, so this is actually from my book. That's the next book coming out. And it's a satire piece on pretentious New York artists. So here we go. It's called Muse. The first thing Roxy Socrates does is rename you, because although Peter sounds very nice and is probably the kind of guy that votes liberal and supports gay marriage, she explains, I'm just not sure that Peter is an artist per se. When it comes to identities, Roxy is an expert. 2 weeks ago she was Candy Van Gogh, a week before that, Mercury McMuffin, and one time for a period of about an hour, she wouldn't respond or acknowledge your presence unless you addressed her as iPhone. Having one name is dumb anyway, she says. They go in and out of fashion like clothes and music. This is one of the many artistic renovations that Roxy makes, handing you over a shoddy fake ID that's already peeling at the corners, the eye and hair color wrong, the weight about 20 pounds shy of accurate. But she's smiling, and you can't get upset when Roxy smiles at you. She points with her flaking mulberry fingernail at your name in all its fraudulent glory, saying, see? Now that's an artist. You read aloud Victor von Shade? Von Schad, she corrects. Like God, but more likely to be featured in Time Out New York. Roxy winks, skin oily and peppered with light acne from not showering and never deep cleansing. She flips her murky yellow hair and a chunk of drywall or paint goes sailing to the hardwood floors of your studio apartment. You, Victor von Schad's studio apartment, not Peter. Peter is from a small town in Nebraska, but that doesn't sound hip enough, Roxy says, so we're going to tell people you're from Brooklyn now. She assures you this will help fight the stigma that Nebraskans can't paint, that they actually are smarter than the cows they have sex with. Trust me, she says, her hand smoothing down your shirt, people will finally stop calling you cattle fucker if you say you're from Brooklyn. Roxy Socrates turns on a checkered Van Heel, examining the work leaning against the walls, frames napping on knotted floors and paint-flecked bed sheets. She inspects oil-based grain silos, hayfields, and combines, blue skies over gold expanses. Frowning in disapproval, Roxy squats down in black vinyl leggings, flipping a row of canvases towards her like records, uttering, crap, crap, mega crap. The old-fashioned water pump and stone well to pastel cornfields, Peter's cornfields. She pushes the canvases back against the wall, asking you, Victor Von Schott, what the hell happened to the new work you're doing, cattle fucker? Those wheat fields and lonely tractors, as much as you're embarrassed to admit it, you created those for her. Every watercolored chicken and cow had been made with the simple intent of seeing Roxy smile, to watch her nod approvingly, just like she almost did the first time she saw your work a month ago when former you, Peter, had met her in the back of a small gallery you were showing at. She cupped your face with her chewed little fingers, gazed into those gullible eyes of yours and said, you're not an artist yet, but with my help, you will be. And whether it is your Midwestern ignorance or Roxy's so sure of herself attitude, either way, you are captivated, not in love, inspired. Edie Sedgwick, Patty Boyd, Kate Moss, she ticks her fingers off one by one. These are muses, and we'd have no Andy Warhol or John Lennon without them. Then Roxy takes one of those fingers and swings it your way, pointing it gun style at your nose and stressing each word, no more farms, Victor. She stomps your barn. She punts your flock of sheep. Art needs to evolve, Roxy says. That means you need to evolve. According to her, one of your main problems is you don't even look like an artist. And the Gap t-shirt Wrangler jeans combo isn't exactly helping your plight. The second thing Roxy Socrates does is change your image, placing a mesh shopping bag on the counter space that's already littered with paints and brushes and pizza crust. She says, strip, unpacking plastic neon yellow shades, an old hoodie, black skinny jeans. As clothes pile around your ankles, she pulls out a Salvation Army messenger bag, a Timex watch, a can of tobacco with rolling papers, another pair of skinny jeans. Roxy mentions, you need to make your own cigarettes from now on. That's a role of the arts. If you can make it yourself, there's no need to buy it. This is when you remind her that you actually don't smoke. Never have, not once. And these jeans are too tight, you tell her, pulling, tugging until your thighs are like 20 pounds of meat in 17-pound sacks. You have to mash your tube steak and grapes down one of the legs just to keep from zipping them off. But Roxy isn't listening or watching. She sets down an MP3 player, hair gel, and a can of beer on the counter next to the rest of your stuff. Victor's new image. She says, there are rules to being an artist, a code. It's not as simple as shopping at thrift stores and being vegan, Roxy says, spreading a glob of pistachio-colored gel over her hands before attacking your scalp. The wet strands tickle your forehead, but you don't fidget or complain. For her, you stay corpse still. Being an artist is a lifestyle in itself. Drinking PBR and voting against anything the Republicans try to pass is how you let the world know you're a part of that. Some of this is static logic. If PETA is in favor of something, we automatically are too. Everyone at the New York Times is a liar because it's owned by fat cats, and if you absolutely can't bring yourself to be an atheist, for fuck's sake, at least have the decency